1938 Key event, image, Thananuwat Srirasant, Getty Images for ICC, 1938 Czech, Bellerin, Sokratis, Mustafi, Kolasinac, Elneny, Ramsey, Guendouzi, Ozil, Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang. 1653 Arsenal face Chelsea in Dublin tonight as the International Champions Cup comes to an end for the Gunners. Unai Emery's side have had a fairly successful time in Singapore, thrashing PSG and holding Atletico to a 1-1 draw before losing on penalties. More members of the squad have returned to training after the World Cup, but are not expected to make an appearance tonight. Emery is expected to once again give the majority of players who have travelled to Dublin some game time, but he will use these next two friendlies against Chelsea and Lazio to really start building towards the Manchester City match on August 12. You can read the full story and see our predicted starting lineup here. Unai Emery, image, Thananuwat Srirasant, Getty Images for ICC, 1550 Alexander Lacazette has spoken to Football London about his supposed rivalry with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the criticism he received last season. The French forward was troubled by a knee injury for much of last season, but still managed to bag 14 Premier League goals. Aubameyang arrived in January after Lacazette experienced a poor spell which saw him score just 1 goal in 13 games. "I never said it. Aubameyang's arrival was bad for me, only people in the press said it was bad," he said. "I was happy because I knew I could play with him. I didn't see him as a rival, more like a teammate, so since the beginning I was happy about his signature." Read what he had to say here. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette endure the dreaded ice bath in Singapore. 15-13 Arsenal are 25/1 to win the Premier League next season. The Gunners are 6th favourites with bookmakers to lift the title in Unai Emery's first season in charge. See odds for all clubs here. Arsenal head coach Unai Emery talks to Lucas Torreira. Photo by Stuart McFarlane. Arsenal FC via Getty Images. 1325 Lucas Torreira has begun training with Arsenal after the World Cup, along with Granit Xhaka, Stefan Lichtsteiner, and Nacho Monreal. We took a look at whether they could be expected to feature tonight, and who else might be in the side to face Chelsea. Full story here. Lucas Torreira. Photo by Stuart McFarlane. Arsenal FC via Getty Images. 1304 Mesut Ozil has had a summer for the ages. From being unfairly made the scapegoat for Germany's World Cup failures to starring as Arsenal captain in Singapore, he has experienced the highs and the lows of football in a few short months. Football.London Arsenal correspondent Charles Watts has taken a closer look at his summer and what the future could hold. Full story here. Mesut Ozil celebrates after scoring. Image, Rosalind Ramon, AFP, Getty Images. 9:46 Sevilla president José Castro has revealed that the Spanish side have received no offers for Steven Nzonzi. The French midfielder has been heavily linked with the move to Arsenal this summer, despite the Gunners bringing in 2 new additions in the middle of the park. "We want Steven Nzonzi to come back here. He is our player. There is nothing else to it and there is no offer. We told him to come here on August 8 at 9 a.m. He will have to undergo physical tests." Steven Nzonzi. Image, Alexander Nemov, AFP, Getty Images. 9:13 After signing Philippe Coutinho from Liverpool in January, Barcelona are said to be keen on another raid on the Champions League finalists. With the La Liga champions looking at bringing in a new goalkeeper, Sky Sports claim that Barca are in fact interested in a deal for Simon Mignolet. Alisson's arrival at Anfield has pushed the Belgian international further down the pecking order on Merseyside, thus meaning he could depart in the summer. If indeed he does move to the Nou Camp, Besiktas, who are believed to have contacted Liverpool over Mignolet last week, could well step up their interest in Arsenal's David Ospina. Simon Mignolet. Image, Nigel Rodas, Getty Images. 9:13 Aaron Ramsey's long-term future is up in the air with the player yet to extend his current deal at the Emirates. While the Gunners will be hoping he puts pen to paper sooner rather than later, there is the real possibility that he could leave on a free transfer come next July. According to reports, the Welshman could be involved in a sensational swap deal that would see Barcelona's Ousmane Dembélé head to the capital. Sven Mislintat is a huge fan of the Frenchman and is believed to have previously contacted the Spanish giants about the winger's availability. Here's what the fans have said about a potential move. Read here. Aaron Ramsey with the captain's armband. Image, David Price, Arsenal FC via Getty Images, 21:05. We've taken a look at the different ways that Arsenal could line up next season. Our correspondents have looked over Unai Emery's squad and tried to work out how he will set his team up on the opening weekend of the season. Read their thoughts here. Unai Emery. Image, Thananuwat Srirasant, Getty Images. For ICC, 1915 former Gunners striker John Hartson has claimed that Arsenal's defence is well short of the standard they require next season. He told the Daily Star, defensively, they've not got it right. I'm a fan of Laurent Koscielny, but I could go through a list of 6 or 7 centre-halves who Arsenal have had that for me haven't been good enough or haven't been strong enough in terms of taking Arsenal to the next level. The fullback area, Hector Bellerin has been an okay player for them over the years. Big links to Barcelona. Emery could probably settle for Bellerin at right back. In my opinion, it's central defense. To be a great team, you got to have good defenders. You've got to keep the ball out the back of your net. You've got to have a bit of desire to want to do that. But going forward, I don't think they've got a problem. I think they'll cause a lot of problems, score a lot of goals. Arsenal head coach Unai Emery talks to Hector Bellerin during a training session. Image, Stuart McFarlane, Arsenal FC via Getty Images, 1638. Arsenal have rewarded Emile Smith-Rowe for his impressive pre-season displays with a new long-term contract at the Emirates. The midfielder, just 18, has starred under new boss Unai Emery, having been handed a first-team chance on the club's tour of Singapore. Smith-Rowe, born in Croydon, scored a wonderful solo effort against Atletico Madrid before also shining in the 5-1 thumping of Paris Saint-Germain. Read what he had to say after signing the deal. Image, Thananuwat Srirasant, Getty Images. For ICC, 12:50. Gunners correspondent Charles Watts took a look at the Arsenal players who impressed during the club's tour to Singapore, and those that didn't. Read here. Photo by Lionel Ling, Getty Images, 12:48. As reported in the Mirror, Sven Mislintat could only muster a laugh when an Arsenal Fan TV contributor quizzed him on whether the Gunners would be signing Ousmane Dembélé this transfer window. Troops fired the question at Arsenal's head of recruitment, known colloquially as Diamond Eye due to his knack of discovering unknown stars, during the Gunners' recent tour of Singapore. Mislintat was signing autographs for fans at the time when the YouTube personality asked him if the club would be signing Dembélé, or perhaps Leon Bailey. Remaining professional, the German chose not to give a direct answer, and instead took it all in his stride, laughing off the question. Photo by Sean Botterill, Getty Images, 12:46. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, Frosinone want to sign Lucas Perez on loan. The Arsenal winger has reportedly visited the club's training facility, but a deal could be complicated to complete. 12:41. What could Arsenal's starting 11 be for the first game against Manchester City, given the business that has been done since the end of last season? We asked our Arsenal correspondent Charles Watts to name the lineup he expects to see against Guardiola's side, providing everyone is fit and available. Here's what he's gone for, using Emery's preferred 4-2-3-1 formation. Read here. Image, Rosalind Ramon, AFP, Getty Images, 12:26. Our Arsenal reporter Charles Watts has reflected on his time in Singapore with the Gunners squad. He takes a closer look at Unai Emery's tactics, assistant Juan Carlos Carcedo's role in the backroom team, and how the new regime appears to have reinvigorated the squad. Read here. Image, Stuart McFarlane, Arsenal FC via Getty Images, 18-17. Ramsey to Chelsea would be a dagger to the heart, but with 12 months left on his contract, the beads of sweat have started to form. We've taken a look at everything said in relation to a potential move. It's a roller coaster. 18-14. Ousmane Dembélé and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Image, Christophe Stache, AFP, Getty Images, 18-12. Like him or loathe him, Alexis Sanchez was an effective Arsenal player during his time at the Emirates Stadium. Ironically, the Chilean would have suited Emery's high-tempo, pressing football, but alas, it was never meant to be. Image, Thananuwat Srirasant, Getty Images. For ICC, 1732 Aaron Ramsey is a shock target for Chelsea, according to reports. The Arsenal midfielder has an offer of a new 5-year deal at the Emirates, but that so far remains unsigned. New Chelsea boss Maurizio Sarri is desperate to make changes to his side before the end of the transfer window, with his midfield one of his priorities. Danny Drinkwater is expected to be sold, while Timo Bakayoko is wanted on loan by Sevilla. And with Ramsey still to decide where his future lies, he has become a surprise target for the Blues. Image, David Price, Arsenal FC via Getty Images. 1320 Manchester City's Riyad Mahrez has been given the all-clear to return to training. The Algerian winger was forced off during the first half of Saturday's 3-2 win over Bayern Munich. And the £60 million signing was pictured wearing a protective boot on his left foot upon his return to Manchester, amid fears he could miss the trip to Arsenal on the opening weekend. City have confirmed that the 27-year-old is ready to continue his preparations for the new season, and is in line to feature against Chelsea in the Community Shield this weekend. Image, Michael Reeves, Getty Images. 12:52 Arsenal have confirmed that goalkeeper Matt Macey has joined Plymouth Argyle on loan for the season. The 23-year-old stopper made 2 first-team appearances last season, against Red Star Belgrade in the UEFA Europa League and Norwich City in the Carabao Cup. In statement, the Gunners wrote, Matt, who joined us from Bristol Rovers 5 seasons ago, moves to the Pilgrims to gain more first-team experience, having already enjoyed loan spells at Accrington Stanley and Luton Town. We would like to wish Matt well this season. 9:42 Chuba Akpom is set for a £2 million move to Greek Super League side PAOK. London-born and Arsenal-bred, the 22-year-old joined the Gunners as a youngster at the age of 6 and worked his way up through the ranks to play in the academy teams and the England youth setup. He spent time on loan at Sint-Truiden in the Belgian second division last season, and it was thought a similar move could again be on the cards, but now it seems a more permanent departure is on the cards. Chuba Akpom of Arsenal celebrates after winning a penalty which led to his side's second goal during the EFL Cup third-round match between Nottingham Forest and Arsenal at City Ground on September 20, 2016 in Nottingham, England. Photo by Sean Botterill, Getty Images. 9:37 He is the latest goalkeeper to be linked to Arsenal, and he's huge. Arsenal already have Bernd Leno, Petr Cech and David Ospina, but the latter two have been linked to moves away of late, meaning there's still a chance the Gunners could be on the lookout for a stopper. Full story. Image, Pete Norton, Getty Images. 9:34 Much has been made of Unai Emery's different way of working, and so far it looks like players have loved it. Bellerin believes that the squad are already adjusting to Emery's new training methods. Spaniard also believes that the older crop of players and new signings are gelling together nicely too. Read what he has to say below. Full story. Arsenal head coach Unai Emery talks to Hector Bellerin during a training session. Image, Stuart McFarlane, Arsenal FC via Getty Images.